Good day, Professor. Hello, I am Bible L. Palawan, and for today's lesson, I will be going to report Lesson 19 under Module 2, which entitled A Teacher for the World. Are you in? The Global Teacher. The teacher is the vanguard of meeting the difficulties of 21st century education in an era of globalization and internationalization. Today, there are many innovations, millions of pieces of knowledge are available on the internet, and new models of learning have evolved. The teachers are challenged in educating technologically sophisticated generations whose reliance on technology may be both a benefit or a burden. So, at the end of this report, these questions will be answered. A. What should teachers possess to carry out in this globalized world? B. Are there new competencies that the teacher should possess to be a global educator? C. What does it take to be a teacher in a world of globalization and internationalization? So let's proceed. A. Globalization and global education. So what is globalization? Globalization is the integration of economics and societies all over the world, which involves technological, economic, political, and cultural exchanges made possible largely by the advances in communication, transportation, and infrastructure. Education is one of the areas where globalization has had the most impact. The way individuals think, study, and learn has also changed dramatically as a result of globalization. Moreover, the fast growth of technology and communication changes within learning institutions, shifting the roles of the students and the teacher, and a growing concern for lifelong learning are all examples of the consequences of globalization in education. On the other hand, alternative learning system in education, such as online learning and remote learning, are on the rise due to the internet and other electronic devices brought by the globalization. Also, due to globalization, curriculum resources that are educationally sound and neatly packaged, as well as technologically savvy remedies to the pedagogical challenges of overworked educators or teachers, have become a focus for schools. Therefore, education must adapt to the extra challenges of fast globalizing globe and this boundless information society by developing this will be done by developing knowledge of sociocultural diversity as well as the concept of the globalized world. So let's now proceed to global education. So what is global education? Global education is a curriculum that is international in scope which prepares students or today's youth around the world with knowledge, skills, and attitudes that are necessary to the function in one world environment under teachers who are intellectually, professionally, and humanistically prepared. Um, to further explain, global education is an education that opens people's eyes and mind to the realities of the globalized world and to see themselves as participants to bring about a world of greater justice, equity, and human rights for all. According to PNEP 1985, global education consists of efforts to bring about changes in the content, methods, and social context of education in order to better prepare students for citizenship in a global age. Creative thinking, problem solving, resolving conflict, and communication skills are all developed due to global education. So, global education emphasizes the principles like respect for differences, dedication to peace and unity, and compassion for people all over the world, resulting in actual local and global actions to make the world a better place. Moreover, global education isn't something that happens by chance. Um, it has to be meticulously designed and explained. Next, here is the UNESCO's recommendation on education for international understanding, cooperation, and peace highlights the aim of global education. This document encourages educators in schools throughout the world to promote education with an international dimension and a global perspective, to understand and respect all peoples and their cultures, values, and ways of life, to become aware of the growing global interconnectedness and among nations and people, and lastly, to recognize the importance of worldwide togetherness. To continue with our topic, we are now on letter B, on becoming a global teacher. So, what is a global teacher? A global teacher is a teacher who is armed with enough skills, appropriate attitude, and universal values to teach students and will incorporates various global issues into their curriculum. In connection to that, so what are the characteristics of a global teacher? Um, the global teacher characteristics can be categorized into two, which is the character and the competence. So now let us first discuss the character. So this is the two um, so this is the two characteristics of a global teacher: the character and the competence. So under the character, we have the commitment. Yes, a global teacher should be committed to his or her job. Moreover, a global teacher with commitment has the overflowing passion for teaching, committed to change the lives of his or her students or learners, and is committed to teach the technology savvy generation. Next is the love for learner. As global teachers, showing great amount of love towards his or her learners is an important thing, concerns with the welfare of his or her learner, and is ready to listen ready to listen to the problems of the students and gives them the advice that may help the students. So that's the love for the learners under the character. Next is the accountability for high standard. Yes, a global teacher is accountable for high standard. He or she, uh, he or she is not a person of mediocrity, which means um, she or he don't just settle for less. He or she is accountable with high standards when it comes to his work or her work and ways of teaching. Next is sociability. Sociability. As a global teacher, they should be or you should be sociable with your learners or with the people in your community, and he or she should be able to socialize with other teacher to create positive solution to cater the needs of the learners. Moreover, he or she must be a friend of all, meaning he or she possess the good attitude and serve as the role model to his or her students. Lastly is the sincerity. It's important as a global teacher you have the sincere heart, or you have a kind of sincerity. A global teacher is able or is can be able to develop trust among his or her students. A sincere teacher could show empathy and understanding towards his or her learner and to the whole community. So that's for the character. And now let's proceed to competence. Under the competence, we have pedagogical content knowledge. A global teacher is a teacher who is full of knowledge on pedagogical content. Moreover, he or she must know how to contextualize the content based on what is relevant and what is updated. Next, we have a problem solving or a problem solver. As a global teacher, you must be a problem solver. You must be equipped with problem solving knowledge that can be implemented in everyday life. And then under the character, we have critical thinking. As a global teacher, it is not enough that you just understand things simply. Also, you need to become a critical thinker so that you will have a deeper analysis on the things that you must also on the things that you must also share with your students or to the community. Also, creative thinking must be possessed by a global teacher under the competence. A creative thinker teacher or in a global education, he or she has the ability to think creatively, and he or she is able to develop creative teaching strategies and classroom activities that will help in developing the interest of every learner. Also, he or she must think creatively, not just locally, but also globally. And next is this is the creative thinking, and next is the ICT skill. Yes, information and communication technology literacy abilities are required of the global teacher. He or he should be able to locate and manage resources, use the internet, publish on the internet, and engage with colleagues, students, peers, and global communities. The global teacher evolves into a network educator um, that is capable of promoting and enhancing learning via the use of social media like blogs, wikis, and digital photo sharing, among other tools. Being a lifelong learners or being a lifelong learners, yes. Having the ability to learn on or having the ability to learn on his own or on her own is one of the most single skill that will empower teacher for a lifetime. He or she needs to make sense of the experiences around her or him once the teacher is on the workplace. Moreover, by using reflection and the teacher continues to become a lifelong learners and gain professional expertise in the profession. So, based on the discussion, what do you remember? Or what do you need to remember? So, you need or I need to remember these following. For the teacher, globalization brings a slew of new issues. In order to be effective, a global teacher must relearn, unlearn, and pick up new abilities. A global teacher is competent and caring teacher. Moreover, he or she should have the personal and professional qualities as well as the lifelong learning abilities to effectively teach and learn. So that's end my report. Thank you for listening. God bless you.